David's having some kind of video issue and had to disconnect and is going to reconnect.
Okay, it finally got it to log in, I think. All right, we'll get this meeting started. So if, let's see, it'll be the Board of County Commissioners, Delaware County, Oklahoma will meet in regular session at 9 a.m. And let's see, we'll get this. Let's see here. I need to get the right agenda pulled up. All right, everyone will please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do roll call. Everyone's here and present. Call this meeting to order at what time's here? 9:05 a.m. Apologize for the delay. For some reason, I could not get my able to link up with the meeting, but I had sound, so I just rebooted and started over. So we'll start with item number 1, approve and amend minutes of regular meeting dated October 13th, 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so motion carries. Item number 2, approval of payment claims submitted by County Clerk's Office.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so motion carries. Item number 3, approval of all monthly reports submitted by officers.
Motion.
I'm sorry, it kind of faded out. I didn't hear.
Well, I
who
made the
done what.
motion. I made the motion first, but
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
second then.
very good.
I mean,
All right. Thank
everything went kind of,
Yeah, I think we're
I
having
didn't hear anything.
connectivity issues this morning. Well, I heard Martin's, but I didn't. And then Russell's kind of had that look like, well, is he going to say something? So, okay. Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
yes.
I vote yes. The motion carries. Item 4, approval to set up highway cash for November of 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so motion carries. All right. Item number 5, approval of blanket purchase orders for November of 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so motion carries. Item 6, approval to hear Human Resources report on current status regarding Family First coronavirus.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so motion carries. All right, Miss Vicky, you have the floor.
I can't hear her.
I think she's muted.
She's muted.
You're still muted, Vicky.
Maybe you can help her. Okay. I don't know why that's on. It's okay. Just come over here. I'm so sorry. Good morning. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my audio. There are 1,138 cases. That's up by 265 from last week. 27 deaths has increased by 1. Recovered has increased by 196. That's a total of 861. And active are 250 cases, and that's climbed by 68 from last week. So the numbers are going up. They're going up at a large rate here in Delaware County. So a reminder for everyone to take flu shots, make sure your pneumonia shot's current, check on your pertussis, wear your mask, wash your hands. If you're inside, make sure your filters have been checked. Here at the courthouse, I checked in with Travis, and our filters were changed by B&B as part of standard maintenance. And so that's been done. The courthouse is still being sprayed and sterilized quickly by our own staff, which is a significant savings. And that's all I have this morning.
All right. Thank you, Miss Vicky.
Thank you,
You're
Vicky.
welcome.
Questions come from the,
Thank you.
No, I have none.
I have none.
okay. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item 7, approval to discuss and review the county's policies in relation to COVID-19 and to take action to modify those policies as needed.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Russell, seconded by Martin. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, the motion carries. Again, it's kind of same old song and dance. We're doing the sanitizing, modifications, we've made, trying to help out, hand sanitizer, a few locations, masks, all that kind of thing. I think we're just really carry on as though have been, unless there's any comments, questions from the board. See otherwise.
I have none.
I have none.
Okay. Okay, very good. All right, move on to item 8, motion to conduct public hearing concerning the proposed budget for fiscal year 2020 through 2021 pursuant of 68 OSS 3012 and state statutes of 3013.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, the motion carries. Let's see, at this time, Counselor, I'm going to kind of bring you in on this. At this stage, we can just discuss as far as the the budget as a whole between the board members only, correct? I'm understanding it correctly, or is this with the?
Well, I think you can do it in whatever order you want. So you've got your discussion between the board and Mr. Turner, where Mr. Turner can kind of get us all up to date. Then we need an opportunity for the elected officials to express any opinions they have to the board, and then an opportunity for members of public at large to make any comments they wish about the budget to the board.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's just start out with Mr. Turner, if you could just kind of give us a kind of an overall rundown of our budget if you would, please.
Well, this year we're looking at a total budget of $6,453,900 plus dollars. And that budget is up from what it was last year. Our budget for the previous year was $6,649,000, so we have an increase. Do we want to talk about departments, or how do you guys want to approach this?
I think, okay, I'm kind of making notes here. Last year was what again? I'm sorry.
$6,649,000 last year.
Okay, 649, and this year was
6,453,900.
453. Yeah, that's what I had wrote down. Okay. We could just break it down.
I'm sorry, that first
let
me give that first number again. I'm sorry, I was looking at what the requests were. Last year, our budget.
Well, that's why I was asking. That's what kind of threw me.
Yeah.
I was making sure.
That's exactly
right.
Last year our budget was $6,171,000 because we are up almost $300,000 over last year.
Yep. Okay. Very good. Yeah, because that's why I had my notes, and when you read that number, I was like, no, maybe I wrote it down wrong.
Sorry, I was looking at request.
Sure. Is there any questions from the comments board with Mr. Turner before we kind of proceed on?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess, Bill, what we could do is just kind of looking here. Most everything, there's not, our biggest increase has been with the sheriff's department. You might touch base on that a little bit, because I know that's kind of been the focal point the last couple of years. So if you might touch base on that, if you would, just a little bit.
Well, last year the sheriff's budget was $1,551,000. This year his request was $1,996,000. And we basically settled on $1,715,000.
Okay.
What I
But,
might point out to you as far as the sheriff's budget is concerned, if you look at, if his cash accounts stay roughly the same as last year, he will wind up with a pretty good increase as far as budget's concerned. I mean, as far as what he has available to spend. I mean, I don't know if you probably haven't seen these numbers, but I've got a schedule that I can send to the sheriff. And right now, the way it works out, he'll wind up with his carryovers plus his money available from his cash accounts plus what the general's given him, with really a budget of roughly $2.5 million. And even at $1.9 million or $2 million request, he's still $500,000 or $600,000 more than what he will need. So I mean, he's really, the sheriff's department's really in good shape with this budget.
okay. I know that in the past it was, a staffing, trying to get the full staffing of deputies and jailers and of course dispatches in its own budget budgeting area. But I think that's the ultimate goal. We're trying to first and foremost the safety with the county and for public safety, and that's, I know one thing I've looked at that was more of a focal point on was, the ability to have the deputies on hand. I mean, to be able to make those, to respond to those calls in a timely manner. Because I mean, that's been a lot of constituents have kind of voiced to me that where they're just, and it's always kind of been the deal. There's never enough, personnel. Well, that's hence where I kind of like Bill's alluding to it. Hopefully this will kind of we'll bridge that gap between the shortfall of personnel and being able to provide a service that folks would be have a little more better response to, if that makes sense. So, but any questions, comments so far on board on Sheriff's Department?
No.
All right, man.
Okay. I'm just kind of going down the line. There's really not any real big changes. Few, I'm trying to look here. OSU's same from last year. The extension office, clerk's the same. County clerk, court clerk's a little bit of an increase, I think. Yeah, just a little bit, a few things. Assessor, I know it put in a request, but for more on personal services, that wasn't rewarded, but travel and expenses was. Trying to look here, what else we've got. Kind of really jumps out much. We've, like I say, some of the dispatch, they put in a request. Let me find on the page here. It's farther down the line. If I can find it. Yeah, they put in a request for, which falls under the sheriff's umbrella of increase in personal services. So that's kind of another focal point again with the trying to get the maintain a full staff there as well. I know that's always been in the past a issue brought up. So that personal services increase there. But let's see, what was that? About a $20,000, a little more than that, 20,800. So, okay. Well, if there's no questions or comments from the board, we'll move on to the 2A motion to provide opportunity for elected officials to discuss proposed budget.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. The motion carries. All right, Counselor, do we just kind of have somebody, if anyone wants to make a comment, they relay it through you then we unmute them. Is that how we're gonna work this?
Well, they have the ability to unmute themselves. So the three that I think we have present on this Zoom meeting are Susan, Lorena, and Crystal.
Okay.
Me.
And
Very
Barb,
good.
And Barbara. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
given Barbara. You're always there.
man, Kenny. Barbara counts as a person, Kenny.
She may be more of an institution at this point.
I agree. So, all right, would anyone like to lead off with discussion of the budget?
I have no comment.
Okay.
Does Susan?
Did you say you had a comment, Barbara?
No, I have none.
Susan?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Lorena? Or
I have no comment. Thanks.
Crystal?
I'm good.
Okay.
I will add the sheriff is here with me, Sheriff Wilkerson. He has no comments. He's good.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. Counselor, what about yourself? You're in, can't exclude you.
Oh, I'm all good. I appreciate it.
All right. Fair enough. Well, if everybody that's present is good, then we'll, I guess, move on to item B, motion to provide for citizens to discuss proposed budget.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so motion carries. So, all right. I don't know who all we got participants. Very many.
Mike Major.
I'll say we got majors, so
Well, Mike, you want to start it off for us?
I was
Sure,
gonna say,
sure. From a point of understanding how the budget's put together, is there ever consideration when budgets are put together by department about the current run rate, i.e. sheriff's got carryover? Is there ever a look at what the current run rate is by department before the budget's put together? Or is it just based on a ratio? I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I know, I understand what you're saying.
I'm just trying to
Um,
understand the process. I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying,
Sure, no, I understand.
do actual expenses ever, or are they ever looked at in regards to creating next year's budget?
I've had with some, how to put this, some at length discussion with previous Sheriff Harlan Moore, you know, kind of a similar deal. What, you know, hence the shortage of personnel, you know, kind of is the main driver of where the run rate for what, I guess, how to explain it, if the way he was putting it to me, if I'm kind of, okay, so he's not here, so I'm kind of bear with me a little bit, but his concern was when they didn't have enough personnel, you know, they were the personnel they did have were accruing so much comp time, and there just wasn't basically honestly, I'm trying to remember what all he said. It's been a little bit. We've had a lot happen since then. So I'm kind of trying to remember all in my head here. But kind of the long and short of it was by having that more deputies to spread out that workload on the run rate per se, you wouldn't be leaning on those same personnel so much, even so hard that where you might be able to retain them a little more because they weren't, worn out so fast per se, if that makes kind of a sense there. So.
Well, I understand versus overtime and stuff like that. I was just trying to understand if you have a department in general that has an expense run rate and they satisfied all their goals. I mean, is that ever looked at that says that's the baseline as opposed to this is how much money we have to spend, or based on the request? And I don't, I'm just trying to understand the process in budgeting.
So the short answer, Mike, is yes. When Mr. Turner kind of puts together the preliminary set of information for us, we'll have, the last fiscal year's approved and net appropriations, as well as the total expended. And then, of course, you get your lapsed balance out of that. So we do tend to look at that in relation to the proposed or offered estimate of needs from each different department. So historically, if there's been a big difference between the total appropriated and the total expended, then that's kind of what David's talking about, where we drill down into that with that particular department head. So,
okay.
The sheriff's office tends to have the biggest variance, but also probably by virtue of having the biggest budget.
Right.
But we do try and look at that and see if somebody had, too much money, too little money. That all kind of goes into the equation.
Okay. I have one more question. At what point do you all think whatever the estimate of needs or whatever will get published where I can look at it, or the public can look at it? By department.
I'm going to publish in the newspaper today if it's approved. I'm going to publish in the newspaper, and then we will gather all the budgets from the towns, the schools, everybody, EMS districts, the county. We send that, bundle it up, send it to the state auditor's office in Oklahoma City. Once they put their stamp of approval on it, they put it on their website.
Right. I mean, I'm just asking how long before that?
Probably it will take, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay.
We've got to get the publication to send with the package, which,
Got it.
that's going to be about a week.
I'm sorry. And what paper are you publishing it in? The county piece?
It's published in the American and the Delaware County Journal, both at this time.
Okay. That's all I had. Put me back on mute. How do I do that?
There we go. All right. Any more citizens with comments for the board on the budget? And I'm not seeing anyone, David, so I think you're good to proceed.
Okay. All right, thank you, Counselor. Well, we'll move on to item 9 then. Motion to approve, disapprove, or modify proposed budget for fiscal year 2020 through 2021.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
All right, Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, so the motion carries.
Just to be clear, Martin, that was a motion to approve the budget as presented.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I read the whole motion there. So, okay. I see what you're saying, Counselor. You're okay on the motion to approve is what. Okay, I got you. Any modifications? Disapprove, approve from the board before we'll make a motion to.
No.
I have none.
Okay. So council will need to have a motion to approve the proposed budget for fiscal year 2020 through 2021.
Yes, I think that's what Martin's motion was.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, because the way I just read the whole motion, so that kind of allowed that latitude. Okay, I'm with you now.
That's what happens when a lawyer writes an agenda item. It gets terribly confusing.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Fair enough. Well, no, that's why I thought, well, we'll dial it down to just the approved motion part. But okay, well, if that's what he's motioned in, well, that's fine. Since voted into approve. So, okay, fair enough. All right. So our budget is approved for the fiscal year 2020 through 2021 then. So very good. All right, move on to item 10. Approval of printer didn't do this very well. Intricacy agreement. Is that what? I can't quite. And my printer didn't do very well. Agreement between the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality and the Board of County Commissioners. Interagency. There it is. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite tell. Kind of had to look. I had to think about it for a second there, and my printer didn't do too well. It kind of cut off half the page. So I'm kind of got two of them put together here. So, okay. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a second
Yeah, I made a second.
from Russell?
Yep.
Okay, I heard something. I didn't quite hear what it was. Okay, thank you. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion carries. Let's see here. Item 11, approval to advertise for sealed bids on road materials for the County Highway Department for 6 months. County bid number 2020 through 2021 02. Bids will be open and reviewed in meeting dated November 10th, 2020 at 9 a.m. Bids will be received no later than 2 p.m. in the county clerk's office on November 4th, 2020. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Let's see. Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. The motion carries. Item 12, approval to receive and file current officers for the OSU Extension Office as follows: Scott Clausen and Penny Meredith, requisitioning; Jennifer Creek-Killer, receiving and inventory.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. The motion carries. Item 13, approval for discussion of a state contract quote in the amount of $540,938.28 from Yellow House Machinery for the purchase of 2 770G motor graders on behalf of District 3, state contract ID 66861.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Martin, are you taking a look at purchasing a couple motor graders?
Yes, sir. I got to do something better than using a shovel and a rake.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Our oldest
Uh,
grader is getting about 12, 13, 14 years old. And just have lots of expense.
Sure.
Overlooking at that, though, I actually think that I'd like to go with the 72 months.
Okay, what's your payments on the 72-month option?
Well, it's like just a fuzz over 5,000, where the 60 months is almost, I think, 5370 something.
Okay, so on the 72-month was a little over 5,000. So what about 25 or 6,000 or 2,600 a month per machine?
Yes.
Okay.
I had it kind of budget where I could spend somewhere around 6, but I wanted as less as I could.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Just okay.
Yeah, actually, the 72 months comes to $5,008.84.
Okay. Okay. Any time frame on when a delivery of these machines?
He told me if everything went well, within 40 days.
Okay.
30 to 40 days.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it all depends, kind of the way things go.
I don't think I'd
Sure.
hold my breath.
I'm not,
Yeah.
That's a good sales pitch anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Was he looking to trade?
No, I'm gonna get these two outright, and then I was gonna talk to you guys a little later about that build back program or whatever.
Oh, okay, on the
buyback.
rebuild them.
Yeah, rebuild the old machine.
Oh, he's talking about total rebuild.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And Mr.
All
Chairman, if I may,
Yes, ma'am.
this is a quote summary. It's not a document. It's not a lease purchase document. It's just a quote.
Gotcha. Okay.
so then before we accept anything, we need to have the lease purchase agreement, right,
Right.
Barbara?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna say this is discussion only. This is no.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. So,
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to pay more than what my quotes are right now.
sure. Okay. How long are these? Did it give you a time frame on how long these quotes are valid?
Well, it said on that one, but I'm thinking it's just like 30 days or something like that.
I see. Yeah, it's about standard. Okay.
It's valid through October 21st, 2020.
Okay.
Today. Or tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay.
But they sent it out on the 14th, so I think
I see.
kind of like 30 days, I think, kind of standard. We'll just see how it goes. If it don't work, then we'll just say no.
Okay. All right. What, just kind of give everybody an idea. You say most of your machines are 12, 13 years old. Just kind of give a little backdrop of what the need for what the two new graders is of what I'm trying to kind of.
Well, it's just like right now, we got one that needs a transmission rebuilt, and he's $17,000, and then we got other things that's going wrong with them. That's 2,500 here, 3,000 there. You know how it is. Whenever you start
Sure.
turntables and all that getting wore, and it just,
Yep.
I could make a payment on 2 new ones that I don't have, that I have warranty on for 5 years or whatever
Sure.
for the
Sure.
price of my repairs.
No. Yep, no, that makes sense. No, I understand completely. So, okay. Well, if there's no more comments or questions from the board, we'll move on.
I'm good to go.
All right, we'll move on to item 14, approval to receive and file current list of officers for the sheriff's office as follows: Stephanie Sanders and Ray Thomas receiving, Mike Wilkerson, Luke Carlskin, Brandon Houston requisitioning, Stephanie Sanders inventory.
Motion. Did you make a motion, Marty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll
thought
second
he
then.
did, but it kind of. Thank you. Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes. I just,
vote yes. The motion carries. Oh, go ahead.
I'm glad you're having the technical difficulties today instead of me.
Right.
I know mine's been kind of glitchy today, so I don't know what the deal is. So,
Too many kids at home.
all right. That may be pulling down the Wi-Fi speed. So, all right. Item 15, approval to open the floor for new business.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. The motion carries. I have no new business at this time.
I have none.
I have none.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to item 16. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Martin, seconded by Russell. Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Martin, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. So motion carries. We are adjourned at